right, and welcome to the second official, third unofficial episode of Bra Emotions Podcast. I'm Isaac. We have Oscar, Will, and Tim as always, and we have a special guest star today, Seth Bailey. Why don't you go ahead and say hi, Seth?
Hello.
All right, that was Seth Bailey. He's going to be part of the conversation today. All right, so we're going to get things started. We rolled the dice before the podcast.
Okay, so I had a question.
What?
Or a realization. We said that we were perfect in the first episode, and then I realized we weren't. Because we said that Xfinity was through Verizon, but it's not. Verizon Fios is the cable network, and Xfinity is a separate cable network you can get through your Xbox or PlayStation 3.
And for other omissions and corrections, the Wii Pro controller had 70 hours battery life, and just the regular Wii U controller had 3 to 5.
And they don't sell them separately because the Wii U doesn't support multiple gamepads.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Up to 2.
Up to 2.
But that's still not enough to make good.
But that is considered multiple.
So,
all right. Immediate corrections and omissions. 2 is multiple.
Well, if you're going to be on like a guest star, you have to get corrected immediately.
All right. So we rolled the dice before the podcast, and Oscar came up first. So he's going to go ahead and ask the first question.
All right. My first question of the podcast, I guess, is what, if you took your list of dream cars, out of that list, what is one that you have a chance of getting in this lifetime? Realistically, what's your realistic dream car?
All right. You want to go first?
Yeah, Geo Metro.
Yeah.
But only if a Geo Metro with, sandbags in it so I don't blow away on the freeway when I'm driving. Because the gas mileage on those things is incredible.
Yeah, but if you put sandbags in it, your gas mileage
It doesn't matter. It would only go down to, 70 instead of 85.
Are you talking hatchback, or?
It doesn't even matter, dude. Just put me in a Geo Metro. I'm good to go for the rest of my
Good
life.
story about Geo Metros. My aunt had a Geo Metro, and she crashed it going
she
80 miles
totaled
an hour, and it was total.
Yeah, but
I'm sure it's made from recycled materials.
And that's a very realistic
Yeah.
dream car to have. But
Yeah,
mine is
someone's
the
probably
Geo
giving
Metro.
them away.
They're getting harder to find, man.
Because they're all getting just totaled
Yeah.
when they're crashing it.
Yeah, but that is one of mine. And then, like a Dodge Charger. Those are pretty sweet. I like those as well, but I could probably... Those are attainable.
Yeah. Mine is a Dodge Challenger.
Okay.
I think those are awesome.
The orange one?
Yeah, orange would be sweet. Any color right now, I wouldn't even really care what color it was. But that's attainable. I feel like a Dodge car is attainable.
Those things are pretty baller.
Yeah, they
I
are.
like those.
Nash Metropolitan, hands down, easily attainable. At first I was like, I'm going to get a Batmobile. But then you were like, easily attainable. I was like, nah. Nash Metropolitan is pretty sweet. Weird Al drives one in UHF, so I'm on board with that.
Alright.
That's true.
Until recently, I would have just said a new car. But I got a new car. So my dream car would just have a second car. Me and my wife have one car and have to figure out how to give each other rides. So I really don't care. Like a newer Toyota Camry that gets good gas mileage or something like that. I don't care about nice cars. I've never been a fan of cars. I don't really care. As long as it gets me from point A to point B and doesn't break down every 100 miles like my last car, then I'm alright with that.
Mine's a Subaru Brat.
I don't know that.
What is that thing?
I know what a Subaru is.
I have one of those.
They look, I don't know, they're similar. They look similar to dune buggies. They're kind of trucks, but they have
Mad Max style.
The cab has room for 2 to 3, but then in the bed of the truck, there's 2 external seats facing with
You have a history
racing
of
seat belts.
outside of cars.
They're pretty small. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
That is insane.
Well, I don't know if it's any more dangerous than those open top Jeeps.
I wonder if it can go 88 miles.
It just sounds more dangerous.
Only because he's the
You
one describing it.
That's true.
And otherwise, I'd have to go with, they both took my answers too. Geo Metros are great, and I like Challengers.
Yeah,
I like Challengers a lot.
Geo.
Dude,
the Geos are awesome.
Me and William used to ride in a Geo Metro to golf class with 4 people in it. That's the most uncomfortable car in the world.
4 people and 4 sets of golf clubs, and one of the guys was Franco Campo.
Oh, wow.
Frankie!
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
Shout out to
dragging
Frankie.
the ground the entire way.
So as a spin-off, what about unattainable dream car?
Batmobile.
Batmobile?
1989 converted Batmobile.
That thing would be like unturnable.
It doesn't matter. It's a dream car.
I know.
It would go fast.
The Lamborghini.
The Lamborghini.
Much more.
Are you sure it's not a Maserati?
Yeah, Bugatti. One of our sponsors, right? Bugatti.
Bugatti. From the Maserati that
pointed out is owned by Fiat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone is listening knows what you guys are talking about.
So our real sponsor is Fiat.
Unobtainable dream car.
So what it can be.
A car that gets like 150 miles to the gallon.
That'd be awesome.
That's my unattainable dream car.
Luke's land speeder.
Yeah.
A BMW i8.
Nuclear powered
Crazy.
I don't know. Something that like I would never have to fill with gas.
An
Like a
electric
car that goes on water.
Hoverboat.
I mean, I guess I just wouldn't want to drive a
Hoverboat is not a car.
It's a
I
boat.
don't know if that's street legal.
If it has boat in the title, I think it's
Okay,
it's fine.
now we can number the rest of the people and roll the dice.
Alright, okay. You can just be 2.
Is that your
That's
number?
Oscar's normal.
What my number was?
Seth is 2.
That's William is number 3.
I'm number 3 as
He
always.
is up.
Alright. So, what movie are you most excited for that's coming out this summer? And if there is a specific reason, why?
Mine is Man of Steel.
Me too.
Because
Oh yeah, Man of
Superman
Steel.
is my favorite comic book hero of all time, and it looks like it's going to be very well done.
I feel like, alright, I wasn't a big hater on the old Superman movies or anything, like a lot of people were,
I like Superman.
but Kevin Spacey is awesome as Lex
Oh
Luthor.
yeah.
But anyway, like I feel like this is going to be a rendition of Superman that everyone can appreciate. There's gonna be nitpicking and everything like always, but I feel like it's gonna be for Superman what Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy was for Batman. That's how I feel at this point, anyway.
It's going to be way good.
It's going to be monumental for me personally. It will either be the last movie I see without a baby, or the first movie I do see while I do have a baby. So,
So it'll be the last movie we go to together.
When's it coming out?
it comes out on the weekend, like the 15th of June, something like that.
June?
15th or 14th, something like that. Because the baby's coming on, it's supposed to come on 13th, so
Yeah.
it's that weekend. So,
Yeah,
we'll see if that
shoot.
happens.
Well, I will go see it regardless.
Yeah. Well, I'll see it again.
Me too.
I'm bad with movie dates. Is Iron Man 3 coming out this summer?
In May,
May. I guess that's earlier. I don't know.
it looks awesome.
It does.
Iron
I don't know.
Man 3.
There seems to be a lot of good movies coming out this summer, but I think Man of Steel
There's
is
a
the one
ton
that
of
I'm
good
most
ones,
excited.
but I can't, like, off the top of my head, I can't.
Yeah.
Thor comes out this summer.
That's November.
Oh, is it November?
Mm-hmm.
But it still looks good.
Yeah.
I will be really excited for Man of Steel as long as he punches somebody through a building.
Don't worry,
That's
Zack Snyder is directing it.
I know. I just want him to
punch somebody.
There will
in
be
slow
lots
motion.
of punching.
Will Baby Doll make an appearance in this movie?
Baby Doll's a Batman bad guy, so probably not.
How is Baby
You
Doll?
nerd. Oscar. Come on.
From Sucker Punch?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Baby Doll, the Batman bad guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. We thought it was something from something good.
I was just putting Zack Snyder previous for.
My mistake.
Yeah.
What about any of the Guardians of Gahul?
I think I saw that on the
Alright, spin-off question. Is there anything else this year, like book, comic, video game, anything else like that you're really excited for?
Nothing.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Ah, September
But it got pushed
17th.
back.
Always Madden for me. Madden 25. But also The Last of Us in video games. I think it's going to be
Yeah,
really,
that game
really good.
looks pretty
It's gonna be
sweet.
awesome.
E3 this year I'm pretty excited for. And the new consoles.
They say that Sony might announce the new PlayStation
February
on
20th.
February 20th.
Yep.
Yeah, they have teaser trailers for it.
Yeah, it's the weirdest teaser.
Yeah, that's just like those teaser trailers for the trailers for the Marvel
Marvel O'Brien when they
Yeah,
did
they
like
had
the
the one.
3 frames of footage for the new Star Trek movie. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
very awesome.
Oh, I'm definitely everyone that's
Oh,
my
Star
friend.
Trek
Everyone
coming
that's
out.
my friend knows that BioShock is what I'm excited for.
Oh, Star Trek's coming
Star
out.
Trek's coming out.
Oh, that might actually.
Yeah.
That movie looks
That might top it
awesome.
for me
That
because
does it.
me and Oscar were talking about this earlier, and I'm like, man, when I watched the first new Star Trek movie, I was like, man, I wish this is what the Star Wars prequels were like.
And then now J.J. Abrams is making the new Star Wars movies. And
Guys, the new Hunger Games.
Whatever. I get dizzy, and they were shaking.
I will probably be at the
People
midnight
walking.
showing of it.
I would
actually
probably.
liked that movie.
I actually liked it too.
I never read the books, but I
Well,
liked the movie.
I read the book before, and I was just like, man, this is so bloody and awesome. And then the movie was not as bloody.
And then we watched Battle Royale the other day.
I went.
I still need to
was.
see that.
Oh, good story about the midnight premiere of the movie. Me and my wife went to it, and she dressed up as Katniss Everdeen, the main
And you were
character.
PETA.
And I didn't dress up or anything, and people thought that I was dressed up as a capital citizen
Wow.
Because of your.
because of my vitiligo.
Because of your vitiligo.
People
So
thought
they
I
thought you looked like the freakishly.
Yeah, they thought I was dressed up. Well, there were a lot of people who were just dressed up as random capital citizens, but like people were like, "How did you do that?" And I was like,
I don't know. I guess I was
I have an immune deficiency.
"I was born this way."
Ew.
You said youth, man. That's our
Get
jam,
a
bro.
neat dress on.
Ew.
That's
Oh,
funny.
dang.
I don't
All
know.
right. Roll that, son.
Roll
Man, I
the
still got a
dice.
question.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Oh, it's Tim's
It's
question.
Tim's question.
All right, let's
Dun,
see.
dun, dun.
You should just start writing down like a list of questions.
I
Yeah.
probably should. Here's a good question. All right, if you could meet one actor in your entire life,
Do they have to be
If you-
live?
they don't have to be alive. Anyone who's ever acted before, or will act in the future.
What?
No, anyone who has acted to this point that you could meet, who would it be?
If I could meet one actor.
Jennifer Aniston. No.
Wow.
Why? So she can shut you down. She's like, oh, I'm in love with you. She's like, that's nice.
Great.
James Earl
Well, see you
Jones.
later.
I'm gonna say maybe James Earl Jones.
Maybe.
He's Darth Vader.
I would say
maybe.
probably Harrison Ford.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
pretty sure I had that one. I was going
That's
between
it.
Harrison Ford or Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, those two guys.
Wait,
They're
are we
my
just meeting them, or do we
favorites.
like hang out with them?
You can talk to him.
For how?
They'll talk
are
to
they
you.
annoying?
All right.
Is it like
No,
a
they're
guy?
interested in you.
It's not like
So
they're like
three-
Okay, so let's say you
I
get
got
to, like,
three.
go out for a meal.
Okay, yeah.
Can I sit in a booth in a cafe with Harrison Ford, Clint Eastwood, and Bruce Willis?
No, you get one.
Bruce Willis, I heard, is a jerk.
I think the building.
I don't know. The guy we talked to at GameStop the other day said that he's pretty laid back.
What? How do you know Bruce
He used to work in a catering business down there in Hollywood.
Well, I think anybody who gives someone food is gonna get the happiest
Well,
celebrity.
That's why he was. That's why he was down there. I don't know if that's when he met him, because he said when he met him that he was just walking around wearing scruffy clothes, eating a
drinking
hot
Diet
dog and a beer.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much, and like he was really nice to him compared to
That's what
everyone
he
else
thinks
down
he's
there.
drunk.
Maybe that's just him on the set.
Well, just walking around.
And maybe being nice down there comparatively doesn't mean you're nice everywhere else. So
We're supposed to secretly met
He
with
didn't try to stab
Um,
the guy.
yeah.
I hang out with? It's a good question. I would probably hang out with like Jim from The Office, because every time he's on
John
one of the
Krasinski.
late night shows, he seems like awesome.
Oh, I think I'm maybe Conan O'Brien because he's so
Conan O'Brien's pretty awesome.
he's so.
Or I like Stephen Colbert a lot too.
Colbert and
Colbert.
He's
Jimmy
hilarious.
Kimmel's hilarious. I would probably hang out with Jimmy Kimmel.
I could hang out with Will Ferrell.
I would hang out with all the late night hosts except for Letterman and Jay Leno, because they both suck.
Like the two most
And
famous.
Carson Daly, yeah.
Sorry, Carson.
And when George Lopez was on there, not George Lopez.
He didn't have the likes, so they didn't stick around. What about Kevin Bacon for you?
Kevin Bacon, I don't think I would hang out with him.
I don't think I really have much to say.
Nah.
We were
He
just
doesn't
watching
seem like a
Kevin
fun
Bacon on
hang. We watched the show The Following, which is awesome.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Saw the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, us too.
Oscar, did you answer?
I didn't.
He said
He said Jennifer Aniston.
No. Well, see, that was before.
That was before he knew that
Yeah.
he had to go on a
She's-
military.
she's more. She's a
Yeah, there's a gun
It would
to
just
her
be
head.
It would just be Jennifer Aniston sitting next to this really awkward, sweaty dude.
Why am I standing out? Because I think I can hold my composure together. I'm changing my answer. Gosh, I just had one. I'm back.
What about you, Tim?
I actually don't know.
That's a mystery.
Nice.
I don't know. One of my favorite. I don't know. He's probably not my favorite actor, but I would really enjoy spending time with Robert Duvall, just because like everything I've ever heard about him is that he has like the best stories.
That's true.
So like, I would just like to listen to one of those old actors tell stories.
Oh, wait, I'm surprised you didn't say Michael Caine.
Yeah, that's also another one. Like to have tea with Michael Caine, that would be awesome.
Or maybe I would. Oh, okay. James Earl Jones is gone. Me and Arnold Schwarzenegger at a table together for lunch. That's what I want.
So is
Hands
this
down, that's what I want.
was this
Wait,
actor or just
I want
celebrity?
Sylvester Stallone, man. Wait, you can have it.
Are you gonna arm wrestle?
No, I'm just gonna
So you can break your arm.
Then I would be the
Over the
awkward, sweaty
top.
guy because I wouldn't say anything. I'd be like, so cool.
I think Dave Grohl probably.
Dave Grohl from the Foo
From the
Fighters.
Foo Fighters and previously Nirvana.
Knock it off.
He was in the Tenacious
Yeah.
D movie, so there you go. He
Yep.
did act in something.
So I think I'd really enjoy his company.
All right.
Kind of a
Well,
musical idol of mine.
Davis Grohl.
I believe that.
Okay. Oh, Seth has a question.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
That means Isaac. That's
Yeah,
definitely
Isaac is-
a one.
Well, I don't have a question right now, so let's go to Seth.
Viewer question.
Okay, well, I had scenarios.
Guess-
Not a viewer, this
is
is a
it
guest
guest star?
Special.
Yeah, come on. Get my credentials
Our
right.
first ever guest star question,
Let's see.
brought to you by Seth Bateman.
Oh, I thought you had a real
Partnership with
sponsor.
Fiat.
Never.
We're not in any way associated with Fiat.
Why not? Okay, my question is, who is your favorite Disney villain? From my cat, Jafar, brings you that question.
Disney villain.
I'm going to go out and say for me, it's easily from my favorite Disney movie. It's going to be Professor Ratigan from The Great Mouse Detective because he's all awesome things that bad guys should be. First off, he's smart. Second off, he's got a song.
All right.
Third off, he turns into a terrifying monster at the end.
Mine is Captain Barbossa from the first.
Oh yeah, Barbosa is awesome. He's my favorite part,
Yeah.
definitely.
So,
of the birds.
but you can only count him as like a full villain in the first movie.
That's what I said.
Well, I know, but I'm
First
just saying, like, but does that like change him from being a
No,
bad guy?
because
to
in the
being
first
a
movie
villain?
he's still a villain.
And he doesn't even show up in the second one till the
And
end.
it's the best part.
It is the best part of the second one. I pick Darth Vader.
Oh,
That just happened. No, I
Oh, can I classify my question? Can I-
yes.
Animated Disney villain.
So then Barbosa doesn't count either.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Ugh.
I don't know if it's more of a villain's pet, but Joanna, the lizard from Rescuers Down Under,
Cool.
she's fresh on my mind.
Joanna.
That's pretty cool one.
It's hilarious.
The movie's great.
That's pretty
I
good one.
got it on Blu-ray.
Nice.
For like 8 years, I didn't even know that there was a first movie, The Rescuers. I watched The Rescuers Down Under when I was like 4, and it wasn't until I was like 12 that I ever saw The Rescuers.
And then you're like, wow, the second one.
I was like, wow, The Rescuers Down Under shouldn't have made this crappy prequel. And then they were like, it came out first. And I was like, wow, why did they make a sequel to this movie?
I think
Glad they
based
did.
really on like being a villain, I always thought Scar was a really good villain.
Scar's pretty good.
That's pretty evil.
What I like the simplicity of like the whole story of the Jungle Book and how Shere Khan is just like
He's racist.
all he wants to do is kill the man cub. Like
He's the cake.
I've always appreciated that. The tiger knows what he wants, and that's my favorite Disney movie as well. So, but I always thought he was just because that's pretty evil. All he wants to do is kill that man cub. So
That's the Disney answer to racism. Is the
Kill it?
Jungle Book. No, they're like racism is bad, so you want to kill something just because it's something else.
You like that tiger on fire?
Well, my
That's what you
favorite
do.
Disney
Stop not
movie,
racism.
my favorite Disney movie is Hercules, and the bad guy in that is Hades, which is pretty evil, but he's not like a real good. He's like funny.
he's
Yeah.
pretty bad guy.
It's James
And-
Woods as
And
a bad
as soon
guy.
as Hercules is just like punches him, and
Yeah, exactly.
He's
So he's
dead.
not the greatest villain. I don't know, because Captain Barbossa was my ace in the hole. I thought I homered that one.
Alright, do Pixar movies count? Because there's some
No.
awesome Pixar
No.
villains too.
Nope.
Because I was like,
It's animated.
No, animated Disney animation, not Pixar.
like Mr. Water Moose, like that's awesome. And
Oh,
they
I'm
harvesting.
like, what is that?
Lotso Hugging Bear is pretty sick.
And they're like harvesting the screams of children.
I
Like,
love Monsters Inc. It's so good.
As far as Barbossa goes, I loved. Well, I didn't love. I loved the first one, and the other two were pretty good. but I only got probably like a half an hour into the newest one.
Oh, I saw the whole thing. I saw it in theaters.
I don't know, I can watch it.
I like it.
I liked it. The second one's my favorite, as weird as that is, because it's not even like it just continues on to the third. But I like the second one the best.
The second one's awesome because the Kraken is killing everything, and then in the
Third
third
just
one,
dead.
it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we killed the most cool monster in this movie series off screen. So
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I
The
don't
third
know.
one's pretty
They,
anticlimactic.
they nuked the fridge
how
on
did
that
they
one.
kill? How did they even kill it? Like, I'm guessing that they made Davy Jones tell the Kraken to beach itself, and that's
And then they just shot it with cannons when it was on the beach.
Tim, you haven't picked yet.
No, I have
You
two.
always slip by under the radar.
No, I just wait for you guys
Okay,
to
just
answer.
say both of yours, and whichever one's your favorite, I'll pick your least favorite. I'll
We'll
pick your
pick
second.
for you.
Wait, I really like Gaston because he seems like the most unmotivated villain of all time.
well, he also like he
Just switches.
Yeah, when it comes to villains, he like at first he's just like, hey, I want to get with this girl, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna murder everybody who's in this cast.
Exactly.
It's just like a big.
I just
swing.
like it because he's so crazy. He's like a insane bipolar guy. And then I can't remember his name, but the villain in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, the I don't remember his name.
Waterfall
Yeah,
under our river.
I love him.
Alan
He's
Rickman.
crazy.
That movie is started
Which is also another actor that I would spend a lot of time with because I love Alan Rickman.
Gary Oldman. That's another one who I'd love to sit down with.
But when I was a child, that movie scared me so bad. I peed myself in theaters watching Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I didn't want to say it. I wanted you to say it.
I don't know. I guess I'll just go with Jafar. Just because
That's cool.
he's a shapeshifter, he turns into giant snakes. I don't like snake.
And Jafar in the second Aladdin, he's even crazier.
Yeah, in the not very good.
Whatever. It's the best. It's the best direct-to-video sequel.
I'm looking out for me.
Movie.
I like Return of Jafar more.
Extremely Goofy movie is awesome.
I'm just saying I like it more.
But-
it's not awesome.
I know. I would probably agree because we watched that one the most. Remember that?
It has 2 songs in there.
Remember that time we tried to watch that one
Yeah,
and we
true,
couldn't
yeah.
finish
Which one?
Return of Jafar.
It's not good.
Number 2 is Prince of Thieves, right?
No,
That
number
weird-
3.
that
Number
weird-
3 is the
But
Prince of
see,
Thieves.
the Prince of Thieves is actually like the conclusion of the TV show, like the Aladdin TV.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the characters that weren't in any other Aladdin movies that are in the third one, but you're supposed to act like you know them because they're in the TV show.
I've seen that.
And then
I've seen the third movie.
Robin Williams returns as the ever-lovable genie.
Instead of Homer as the genie.
Yeah.
They should have just let Homer be Homer in
In
Aladdin.
Homer Simpson in Aladdin.
Except for his magic.
Okay.
Yeah, well-
Wait, so is it my
There's
question?
a genie, just yell.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah, you're
Okay.
last one.
You're the last
All right.
one, son.
Wait, what was your question, Tim?
It was about the actor.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So, in 2015, there's going to be tons of big movies coming out that we already know about. Star Wars, The Avengers, Justice League,
Supposedly.
tons of movies. You can only pick one.
To watch
Ever.
Watch. You
Godzilla.
don't get to see the other ones ever.
Okay.
You only pick one.
Godzilla.
Godzilla, is that coming out in 14 or 15?
14.
The movie looks awesome.
Yeah.
But the question was 15, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Real Star Wars.
So you get,
Godzilla.
you get to see that.
Still Godzilla. I'll still buy Godzilla on DVD and watch it over
You
the other
get
ones.
to watch,
This is
every movie
tough.
coming up to that, but you have to pick one of those big free ones.
From
to watch.
15.
Yeah,
I
and
was
you can't
going-
watch the other
So
two.
Star Wars,
Justice
League, or Avengers
I'd
2.
go with Star Wars.
I think I'd have to go with
I'd probably go
At
Star
first I
Wars.
was like,
as well.
Avengers too easy, but I was like, Star Wars, I have
Well,
to.
I don't know. There's like I love superhero movies and stuff, and like I've always loved them. But Star Wars is like such an integral part of my childhood that I'm
Yeah.
like, super attached to it. Where I'm like, oh, Star Wars. Like if they came out all on the same day, I would easily.
And it's
I mean,
like-
it'd be the dumbest market.
And we're
of all
hoping
time.
we're hoping that the Phoenix will rise from the ashes. Like we're waiting for that
Yeah.
after the prequels.
Like, I do like comic books, I liked him, but that didn't really show up in like my everyday or like all the time talking about superheroes until more recently than Star Wars. But like, I don't remember not liking and loving Star Wars and playing the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Toys. It's like just
I'm-
making up Star Wars adventures.
Yeah.
I liked Star Wars as a kid, but it was kind of a casual thing, and then I started to like them more. And
So do you have a different answer then?
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Avengers too. Like, I'm way more of a DC fan, but I don't have much faith in Justice League movie. and
That's fair.
Yeah, I would just
It's
be too
definitely
scared to
rushed.
pick the Justice
I don't have
League.
a reason to not think that the Justice League movies can be good.
We don't
Green
even know who the
Lantern.
director is yet.
Yeah, but it's not coming out for another 2 years, and they've already got the ball rolling on the script.
Yeah, but then you have the Avengers, which,
I want
which has
I want
like
Ben Affleck.
7
People-
years going into
People
it.
are probably gonna harp on Batman no matter what,
Oh, guaranteed.
and
Maybe they just killed. Like, Batman
Maybe.
shows up on screen and they kill him instantly.
I hope that they
That would not be good.
That's pretty ballsy.
and have
Yeah,
Nathan
that was-
Fillion play Green Lantern.
So yeah, they're not.
He'd have to lose
whatever
some
it is,
weight.
it's gonna
I don't
be.
care, man.
That's
You
You
be
also
awesome.
need to be a little
the
young.
only
Yeah, so he
movie
also
they're
has to be
gonna
not
have leading
old.
into it is Superman.
What?
The only movie they're gonna have leading into it is Superman.
I think that it would be great if they made the Justice League
Good enough.
movie
Good enough
from
for me.
Superman's perspective.
they should bring the Green
Well,
Arrow
which
from
one-
the
Like what they
Green
originally
Arrow
planned on
show.
doing with Captain- with
Yeah.
Avengers.
That show is awesome.
And then make all of don't make any other movies of the other characters until after the Justice League.
That's what they're planning on doing.
Yeah.
They're planning on that, and which means that whatever style Superman's in, that's the style that Justice League will be in, most likely.
Yeah.
Which
Which
means
I would be fine with.
I would be on board with Justice League. I'll pick Justice
The
League.
thing about Justice League though is like Avengers 2 I would rather watch than Justice League because I'm pretty sure Justice League is going to be a lot darker than Avengers 2 because like the Marvel movies have been like especially since they've been bought by Disney they've been like really upbeat and like fun and exciting.
Except for a spoiler alert when Coulson dies.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
they gave
true.
that movie
But now he's back
its
to the
heart
TV
and
show.
soul.
Is the TV show a prequel though?
Nope.
Nope.
That's
But
after.
he's just back for the pilot, from what I've heard, right?
Nah, but in the comic books and stuff, like, people have been saying, like, he's like a robot version of himself, but like that happens in the comics too. Like, something like that happens in the comics. Because people on comics
Cop
are always
out.
like, woo!
So he's back. But like, I would pick the Justice League. I like that group of heroes a lot, and I would want to see what they would do with them.
I want to see that too.
I
But I would
only
still
want
pick
to
Star
see
Wars.
Justice League if Aquaman's in it. I want to see him do Aquaman
And
right.
instead of watching the
Agreed.
Star Wars
Like
movies,
that you
I'll
have
just
him in the
watch
new
Star
52?
Trek.
Yeah,
He's awesome in
so
Justice
cool.
League.
in the
And then I
new
just
52.
watched Godzilla.
I'll watch Star Trek, but I'll paste the faces of Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill on my TV and call it good enough.
I think the reason like I'm more excited for the Avengers movie than the DC movie is that I already love DC comics, and I get a lot of like I don't know, I can read them all the time, I really like it, but I don't like Marvel comics very much, and so I like getting the stories from Marvel and the characters that I like from the movies in comparison. So
Also, completely non-related spin-off question. It's Super Bowl week. Take your picks, gentlemen. We got the Niners and the Ravens. Ray Lewis
No.
or Colin Kaepernick and Jim Harbaugh. 2 second-year people going to the Super Bowl. It's pretty awesome. Take your picks. Mine's the Niners.
I'm going Ravens.
Oh, boy.
Not because I like them better, but I'm just saying.
I don't care
Ravens.
at all.
I don't
You gotta
care,
make a pick.
I'm
but
gonna say. Let's go.
I like football
49ers.
less than you, and I picked.
I'm gonna say 49ers.
Oscar,
They're
the
closer.
Ravens were purple and the 49ers were red.
oh man, Ravens all the way. And purple.
I'm going with the 49ers. I think they're going to win 24-13.
Diego on post.
Not according to Madden, which simulated the Super Bowl.
I know it, but I'm picking.
I
That's
think
my
it's
pick.
going to be 27-23.
Yeah, well, they also
1,002.
before the hockey season started, they also used NHL 13 to simulate the season, and like the Calgary Flames were like the leading team of the league. So.
Yeah, and Colorado beat them 6-3 last night. So.
And Colorado is not that good.
No, they don't even have their
Is
best
that the
player.
same thing?
Yes.
It's different.
I'm saying that.
I know that
I'm saying that EA games are not worthy of
Peter
simulation.
picked the Ravens to win, and he also picked the Broncos and Packers to go to the Super Bowl when the playoffs started, so he's wrong all the time. And I hate Peter King for picking my team, the Broncos, but he's wrong. So the Niners will win.
I've got a spin-off of the spin-off question.
Oh, good lord. Bring it.
It's alright. We haven't been going that
It's
long.
not very
So I originally was going to ask Justice League Dreamcast. Like, is there any specific actors you want to see that? But then I thought to widen the scope and say just Dreamcast. Like, is there any actor you want to see in a specific role in an upcoming film? Like, whether it's a video game portrayal, a movie portrayal, comic book portrayal, book.
Maybe if
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Godzilla.
I want The Rock to
No, I
play
wanna see.
Shaquille O'Neal in Godzilla
Versus Shaq.
I want to see Dwayne fight Godzilla, but just him.
As the Rock. Godzilla showed that there's only one thing that can stop him. Says grow the Rock. It's Godzilla.
If this is just Rock centered, then I'm gonna say I want to see the Rock as Black Adam.
That'd be good though. That's a good.
From the DC
That's a
comics.
legitimate one.
Good casting.
I want to see The Rock as Bilbo Baggins.
Maybe they replace Martin Freeman.
I thought it was already that big fat like troll guy that they. Right? Is that it?
Probably.
The Goblin King.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be Smog.
I like Nathan Fillion and stuff, and I do think that like acting wise, like he'd be good if he was played Nathan Drake, but I don't think he could play the age of Nathan Drake that Nathan Drake is in the games. I think if they made like an Uncharted, he's like
30
older than.
Well, they
in
want
the
to get
games.
Mark Wahlberg to play Nathan Drake.
Have you ever watched?
And he is like the right age.
Have you ever watched?
Same age, right?
No, Nathan Fillion's like in his 40s.
Have you ever watched like any high school drama show? All those people are like 35 in those shows.
Oh, yeah.
Like One Tree Hill, all the actors are like in their.
No, I'm saying he'd be.
I would rather
I
they
would
just
think
didn't
like-
make an Uncharted movie,
Oh, I
though.
think it'd be cool.
Oh, I think it'd
that's.
be-
I think the games are
No,
cinematic
I'm
enough.
with you. I'm with you there. I think it would be a wasted opportunity if you're gonna make like a video game movie, like go more like with a BioShock or something, where you can tell the same.
Which,
like,
with his time off, Ken Levine is thinking about penning a script for.
see, and that'd be awesome because you could. There's so many different stories you can tell, even just like with the fiction they've already established with
They have to go
BioShock.
back to Rapture though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, but you could tell like of like the Civil War stuff that was happening before.
Yeah.
You could do like the same story, and it would be way different than the game. It wouldn't just be.
You could do it
exactly
from
the
a
same.
different perspective.
With like the Doctor as like the main character or something. Like, I don't know.
With the way the atmosphere of video game to movie adaptations is going, it seems a lot more likely nowadays with Ubisoft's whole, takeover and
Well,
independent studio.
in my
Assassin's
mind,
Creed.
the pinnacle
Getting made.
The pinnacle of video game movies,
Directed
in my
and
mind,
starring
is Super Mario Bros.
Oh, yeah.
So
in its entirety on YouTube
So
now.
or I put it on DVD.
Or Far Cry.
It's on Netflix, too.
The Yui Bowl
Netflix.
Far Cry movie is not good.
Any Yui
Never
Bowl
seen
movie is
Oh
not
yeah, that's
good.
true. Oof, don't do it.
Dragon Wars or whatever.
Oh,
Isn't that him?
No,
it's
that's not him, but
Dungeon
it's
Siege in the
awesome.
Name of the King with Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I feel ashamed so much about it.
Burt Reynolds plays like a medieval king.
So-
And he still has this mustache.
No, see, no, this sounds better.
Oh, it's
2
awesome.
seconds ago.
I liked it.
I think it's on Netflix too.
I liked it.
My dream cast would be if Chris Farley finished Shrek.
Oh, shit.
So something that was going to happen that never did.
How different the world would be if Chris Farley was still alive.
Cliff Farley.
Yeah.
If Chris Farley was still alive, there wouldn't be any other.
If
Fast
Cliff
Money.
Barley was still alive,
there would have been no Kevin James would not have risen to power if Chris Farley was still alive.
Exactly.
I want
The
Chris,
zookeeper would be Chris Farley.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want Chris Farley to be back and him and David Spade recreate
You want-
Tommy Boy word for word.
We can just watch it.
Yeah.
That's true.
I want him to play the Blob in the new X-Men movie.
Still talking about
Yeah.
All right.
or Kevin James.
Anyway, we've been on this
Well, that's what
subject for a
I
while now.
want Charles Barkley to make Shazam 2.
I want the Justice League to be cast with the guys from Space Jam who had their powers.
Why do you want it to be Charles Barkley instead of Shaq?
Because Charles Barkley is awesome.
Because you'd be like, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Like,
That's a terrible wish.
Terrible
Shaq's
wish.
too old to play a character he played 15 years ago. Let's get someone who's even older.
Dude, Charles Barkley is awesome. He's
Charles Barkley
funnier.
is
He
terrible.
is funnier than Shaq. I'm gonna say it.
Well, it's
right
because
now.
Shaq tries too hard.
Shaq is funny, but not as funny as Charles Barkley.
All right.
Anyway,
Anyway, we should get to some of the fan questions.
Alright.
fan question.
Okay, one
Well-
of the things that we didn't bring up last time when we had the
The last
broken-
episode?
the lost episode.
I think I should, like, did anybody just say, like, straight up that you guys I'm missing an episode.
Not yet. We just did.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, like,
Actually, Isaac did at the beginning.
Well, that was very cryptic. As a listener, I would.
He said
there's number 2 officially, number 3 unofficially.
And that's all you said. I'm just
All right,
saying,
anyway.
I'm as a listener, I'm lost.
So to the listeners,
Okay,
we
well,
recorded-
anybody with an average IQ would understand the beginning.
So my above average IQ just wasn't able to follow it.
it's true.
we recorded a second episode, but the audio quality is below par, and we're planning on releasing it at a later date, but this is our fill-in episode for now.
All right. Anyway, the question that we never brought up was by my father-in-law. He wanted to know what our take was on Disney's purchase of Star Wars, and he wanted to see what we all thought
And
about that.
he also wanted to know our opinion on the J.J. Abrams directing thing.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of already touched upon
Yeah.
it. You guys all picked Star Wars except for me and Oscar, so
It's
obviously
good.
you like it.
I'll say first.
I like
it's
it
good.
because they got endless amounts of money that they can
Oh, yeah.
dump in this thing, which will make endless amounts of money back
But that's
because
not
everybody's
bad.
excited.
They had money when they made 1, 2, and 3,
The Phantom
though,
Menace.
too. So
But they
that's
probably,
good.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they have a more proper direction nowadays.
They have J.J. Abrams.
They have a director.
And George
directing.
Lucas isn't calling shots from behind the scenes anymore.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
That
but
guy's a
I mean, you
genius.
can't be upset about George Lucas calling the shots, even if he was.
I know,
He
it's his
created
thing.
Star Wars.
That's true.
I know it's his thing and
I can
everything,
fix that.
but we can still be upset as fans that he betrayed his own lore.
Midi-chlorians, man.
Yeah, that's it for me. That is the thing that irritates me the most.
Well, the good thing though
Midi-chlorians.
is that he only mentions it in the Phantom Menace, and
And
then
then
he's like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna retcon it, but it was a bad idea.
But it didn't write out Jar Jar. In fact, he made
He stayed around for 2
more
more
important.
movies.
Jar Jar became more.
Jar Jar's the reason that the Empire happened.
I don't hate Jar Jar.
He made Jar Jar important.
How?
He made him like save something or other.
What are you talking
He was
about?
on Kevin Smith's podcast. He talks about making Jar Jar an important figure in Star Wars history. Listen to it.
All right, I'll listen to it, but I'm just knowing that whoever wrote that part of the script did bad.
I don't
Paul
hate Jar
Dini, I
Jar.
can forgive him.
I don't mind him.
Oh, I don't hate Jar Jar.
I like Jar Jar because I was a kid when Star Wars came.
Yeah,
No, I don't hate Jar Jar. I'm just
Like,
saying that.
I'm like, he's really annoying and kind of just seems like a really bad version of a black stereotype.
That's a good version. of
See, but the thing is, like,
stereotype.
episode 3, which ties it into the rest, was good. I liked episode 3 a lot. So 1 and 2 really don't make a difference. In
I
both
like
to me.
1. I like 1. I don't like 2 that much. I can still watch it.
I do like
See,
one.
because as long as
There's
number
still
3 was
fights a lot.
good, it leads directly into 4, 5, 6.
But I
And
don't.
number 3 was good.
The fight scene at the end of 2 is kind of cool.
Fight scene at the end of 1 was very cool.
Whole-
Duel of the Fates.
Everything in number 2 just sucked. I hated it.
No way, not everything.
Jango Fett is awesome.
That's right. I'm with you though.
Jango Fett is
Jango
awesome
Fett's
until the end when he dies like that. All the Fetts get feted, and that is actual term that nerds use.
It means they die bad.
They die terrible ways. And then George Lucas is like, well, I just didn't think they were going to be popular, so I killed them.
I can give him that with Boba Fett. He's like, okay.
Well, yeah, back
But
then.
he makes like.
But then he makes
really
a clone.
the same
Yeah, the
character.
guy that Boba Fett is cloned off of and kills him in like a worse
Even
way.
worse.
It's like, oh, his jetpack malfunctioned, and so he just
And
gets.
there's no way
dumb.
for him to for people to write fan fiction where Jango Fett is still alive because he got his head cut off.
Yeah.
Like, people can bring back
Boba
Darth
Fett.
Maul, Boba Fett, but you can't bring back.
How do you bring back Darth Maul?
Darth Maul got brought back, not even in fan fiction.
He got brought back in legitimate
He
stuff.
used the Force to sustain himself. Like,
In canon.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he
He's
was
back.
never.
I'm
he's
so
in the Star Wars,
iffy
so
on
all of
that.
his
It's awesome. He's
all
a
of
big
his
part of it.
internal organs would still be there. It was kind of a lightsaber,
So it
so
would have cauterized
cauterized the
the
wounds as it went.
But his.
Got chopped in half.
Yeah.
Bring back somebody who gets their head cut off. If you chop somebody in half,
No
and
way,
bring back
dude.
to life.
Your
Anakin
brain doesn't
lost
get- your
3
brain doesn't-
limbs
your brain
and
doesn't
lit
get
on
any
fire.
oxygen.
But Anakin's
Right.
internal organs shouldn't get chopped in half at all.
Chickens.
Yeah, but the
Okay, boom, checkmate.
Alright,
Just got burned.
Alright, I have a side question. How would you feel if Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher had like cameos as old themselves, like Han Solo, Princess
Mark
Leia.
Hamill and Harrison Ford were in.
Yeah, I would be depressed if Carrie Fisher got that. I'd be like, get out of here.
I think that Mark Hamill should play Luke Skywalker as the main character.
That would be cool.
And I think every other main character in the Star Wars universe, like in those movies, should be dead.
Well, they're like,
I don't.
Mark Hamill
Harrison Ford, Han Solo, and
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca could definitely be around.
I was thinking about this. What if they?
No, because Chewbacca already dies. Weird.
But
If they
not
stay true to the
necessarily,
canon.
not necessarily at that point.
What if they go in a
You don't know when the new
different
movie
direction?
takes
Well,
place.
according to the books, we know everything that happens between the time the movies end until Luke dies.
See, but
Yeah, because Luke dies eventually. He shouldn't be in the
here's the
movie.
thing on.
I think they just need to
I
not
don't
care
think-
about the books.
I mean, a lot of people
That's true.
read the books. A lot of people read the books, but I guarantee you, over half the people that watch a movie haven't touched it.
Oh yeah, I know that. But what I think they should do, honestly, I think they should just like skip forward 700 years. And like,
and then Luke can be a ghost.
yeah, Luke, if you want to bring them in, like you can mention them or something. But I think that like,
I don't
Come-
think a
you
Skywalker
just-
should not be the main character.
I think that this
They can't
this
do that.
story
Yeah.
has already been told. I think you've gone through it as much as you need to with those characters. I don't think their character story.
See, I was just
What about
thinking
this?
cameos.
What about this? What
I'd
if
be okay
Lando
with
Calrissian was the main character of the Star Wars movies?
Anything to bring Billy D back.
That would be awesome. Half the movie would be him like
What
schmoozing
have
with
we-
What if it was Admiral Akbar and
Yeah, you
Lando
would love
Calrissian?
that. That would be
As a
great.
buddy cop movie?
If they
Yeah.
brought back J.J. Abrams for a romantic comedy set in the Star Wars universe.
a romantic trilogy.
No. Okay. That would suck.
I think that the best thing to do is either set it way before or way after.
I think they'll go way before.
They'll,
way
they're
after.
going to put characters in that you know.
I know, but I don't want them to.
I'd be okay with seeing
I'm
like
fine with it.
Luke,
I just hope they don't
Skywalker,
go
Master of the
backwards.
Force, and like Jedi.
Or maybe
Academy
they'll
status.
just.
I don't care. Like, I wouldn't care if they went backwards, but if they're gonna call it Star Wars Episode 7, please do not go back in time and make it so confusing for people who aren't gonna research.
Oh, maybe
it
it's
and know
gonna
what's
be-
going on.
J.J.
Maybe-
Abrams likes time travel.
Maybe Luke
Go back and
Skywalker will go back.
baby.
Is it Star Trek universe? That would be awesome.
That'd be unbelievable.
It's gonna be Star Wars Terminator. They're gonna have Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main character. He's gonna go back in time and
Or
kill
like the
Anakin.
movie starts with the Star Trek Enterprise like coming through like a time barrier and it's in. It like crashes into the Death
So
Star.
Star Wars 7, Star Trek 3.
Have you heard what Sam Jackson said?
Is he in it?
He's like, I would love to be in the new stuff. Whether they bring Mace Windu back to life or have him in a hologram, I would love to be in it. I'm just like, oh
They
my.
should like make him be like robot Mace
It should be
Windu.
That
Mace
would be
Windu
awesome.
and Lando Calrissian.
His head's in a
They
jar.
should give him a role in Star Wars and Justice League so he can be in those 3 movies.
So no matter what movie we pick, we get to see.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Snake's on a plane is somehow in the
Snakes on plane 2.
Snakes on a spaceship.
Snakes on a
Star Wars Episode 7, Snakes on
Snakes on a
spaceship.
train.
space.
Okay.
Wasn't that a
and
trauma
what,
film?
what do you think about... No, it was Asylum film.
Asylum, my bad.
What do you think about J.J. Abrams? J-Brums, as I like to call him. J.J. Abrams.
He's awesome. I think he's awesome. There's a good pick. I think when somebody is afraid to take a movie because they like it too much, and they're like, I don't want to do it because I just want to be a fan, and then eventually they get talked into doing it, I'm like, that's great, because that guy is not going to want to make a bad movie, or not going to want to just make it the easy movie. He wants to make a movie that people don't like.
I think I don't know, I like the choice of J-Brums because J-Brums because I think
J-Brums.
I think he's really proven himself, not just in the sci-fi arena, but Super 8 was great, and the storytelling was fantastic.
Super 8 is sci-fi.
And as far as a trilogy goes, making more than one movie, how long was Lost on TV? Like, he can carry a story. I haven't seen it all.
Let's see if
but
you can finish one.
And
No.
well,
I like the end of
it's
Lost.
like some people didn't like how Lost ended.
I haven't finished it.
I like
I'll go around
Super
it.
8 is one of my new favorites.
Super 8
It was amazing.
Icebreaking.
But it seemed like Super 8 had a lot to do with him working with Steven Spielberg.
Super 8 was like E.T. too.
It's
E.T. was giant.
Like-
yeah,
He
you
had a
could
lot of
you
help.
could definitely tell that Steven was
So
involved
if-
in that one.
I don't know.
Steven.
Yeah.
like
I am
that
in
first
first name basis.
Steve.
Steve.
Well, Steve. One time, Oscar and I thought that Steven Spielberg rode past us on a bike.
That's true.
He looked just like him.
No, I'm good. I'm good with it. I mean, I like the Star Trek movies a lot, but that makes me sad that the Star Trek movies will now, because I don't even.
They're still gonna come
Star
out.
Trek.
But then he said he's still gonna overlook
I
it.
know. I never even liked the Star Trek movies until 2009 when that movie came out, and then when
That
I
movie
found
was
out that
fun.
he's directing Star Wars, I was like, yeah, but now no more Star Trek.
I wish that
Is he
one
not staying
summer,
aboard on that project?
He's a producer.
I wish one summer a Star Wars movie would come out, and the next summer a Star Trek movie would come out, and they're all directed by J.J. Abrams. And it would be the best thing ever. Until eventually he died from exhaustion. And then
At the age of 42. No, I'm good with it though. I think it'll be good.
But what about Disney?
He should get signed that
Did we
contract.
talk about it?
We talked about this.
Yeah, we said it's good because of the resources and because the
Oh.
Marvel movies have been turning out awesome.
Yeah.
I just hadn't.
And
The Marvel movies were awesome before.
Plus,
Disney bought them.
then they'll go to
But they're still
to
awesome.
the Star Wars universe and the new Kingdom Hearts game.
And that'd be
That's
cool.
true. That'd be awesome.
Darth
They'll
Vader's
have
the main bad.
Marvel superheroes and hey, knock it off with it.
Chewing on a cord.
Alright,
Doggy.
Cheering
They're gonna
for Batman,
have-
which is notorious.
Star Wars characters and Marvel characters in that game, hopefully. If they use all the properties they can.
And they do.
That would be awesome. They had Tron in the last one. That's sweet.
I don't play those games.
I'm pretty excited for the next Tron movie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I love that they're making a sequel for the Tron Legacy.
Alright, have you heard about that Japanese RPG that just came out?
Nina no Kuni?
Yeah, Neo Kuni.
I've heard about it.
That's supposed to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
The game before guys are talking about. It's an RPG.
Do we have any other fan questions?
Yeah, we do.
Quick chonies.
Our cousin Kristen asked what we think the worst/best remakes are for movies. I'd say one of the worst ones. I haven't actually seen it, but from what everyone else has said, Conan the Barbarian is supposed to be pretty bad.
I never saw it.
Is
I
that
never saw it either,
Jason
but I heard it's supposed to be
Momoa?
pretty bad.
It's with the guy
with
from
the
Game of
giant-
Khal
Thrones.
Drogo.
Yeah.
And
I
then
haven't
that,
seen either of them.
that guy's the bad guy in Bullet to the Head, though.
Which came out today.
Star Trek is a good
Yeah, Star
remake.
Trek's a great remake.
Star Trek's a very good remake.
Fright Night is a great remake.
It's
If you're looking
fantastic.
horror-wise, I think it's my favorite horror remake.
It's
because
in
It's awesome.
it's in my top 10 favorite films of all time. Like
Whoa!
I know, I love that movie.
That movie's great. The score is super cool.
Even if it's not the
award-winning.
best movie ever, I can watch it over and over. And I just
I'm sure that
See that.
Godzilla 2014 will be
It's
awesome.
gonna be, dude. I'm excited.
I am too.
I haven't seen one frame of it,
I know.
but I'm.
I've
stoked.
heard so much
They
about the
showed-
Comic-Con trailer, and no one, they showed it a second time. Like, we surprised you with it the first time, here the second time, and no one got any shaky cam footage of it. They're like, here, we're going to show it to you
Or just
again.
throw up like. Okay, so I'm excited for.
Or just throw up when
Just
you see
throw
it.
up when you see it. No, but Superman is Warner Brothers, and that's a Warner Brothers, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll throw something in there.
Yeah. Is it Warner? I don't know if it's Legendary
It's
Pictures.
legendary, which
Is it owned by Warner Brothers? Yeah.
Even if Legendary was separate, if it was just the same production company, they'd probably put a trailer up for it.
Yeah. I hope.
like something.
They got to
Or maybe
soon.
they'll throw it up for Pacific Rim.
Because, like, when I heard...
It's gonna be awesome, Tim. Pacific Rim.
When I heard that about Godzilla...
His head, no, he doesn't.
When I heard about Godzilla, I
Trailer
was
looks
excited.
Whatever, you watched it on my TV, you're like, this looks better than it
Yeah,
is.
but in the theaters on the big screen, it looks so bad.
I think it
Like it looks terrible. Like it's like some of the worst graphics.
It has
I've
Charlie
seen.
Day in it. It can't be that bad.
I'm excited for the Evil Dead remake.
That looks crazy.
Yeah, that looks
I don't think I
insane.
want to watch that.
I love horror movies, and so one of the best horror movie remakes that I saw was Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
The new one?
2003.
Okay.
Not the one with Trey Songz.
Not the one that just came out.
No, the one with
No,
Jessica
the
Biel.
one with Jessica Biel, which is great.
I hear that.
Super
I've
awesome.
heard from a couple people that the Nightmare on Elm Street one's pretty good.
That one's okay. I liked it.
Ocean's 11 is a remake.
That's true, it is, and it's a good movie.
Serious?
It's a good movie, but it's not near the top of anything.
Pink Panther's a remake.
Yes,
That's number one.
She's good.
Django
Remember that.
Unchained is a remake.
Not really.
Django.
It has the same title.
It does. That
That
makes
means,
it a
like,
remake.
All of Quentin Tarantino, well, the last two of Quentin Tarantino's can be considered remakes.
Yeah. There were air quotes involved there.
Yes, there were. Yes, there were. One of the worst remakes I've ever saw was a Brian song. They remade that.
Did?
Yeah, and it was terrible.
Why would you even?
Because it was like shot for shot, but the people that they got were terrible as the.
We should make
Did
a
they
shot
get-
for shot.
And let's get Danny Trejo to be Brian.
Remake I hated the most was Clash of the Titans.
I didn't hate that.
I hated that movie. I was so excited for it. Saw that opening, and
There was
then
no robot owl in it.
I was
so
just-
Yeah, there was.
All right.
But Sam Worthington's like, don't bring that thing.
Another terrible remake, in my opinion, is the '98 Godzilla movie. I didn't really like that one.
I
wait.
liked it.
The Matthew Broderick movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
I didn't hate it at all. It was fun to
If
watch.
they didn't call
They
it
shouldn't. Yeah, they
Godzilla,
just should not have called it
I would
Godzilla.
not have as many problems with it.
They should have called it Jurassic Park 4.
Yes, they should have.
Ellen.
Escape from the Island.
No, not yet.
That's Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh man.
All
Jurassic
right.
Park 4 is gonna be great.
310 to Yuma.
All right.
Good remake.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a western.
Well,
Okay, so-
True Grit. That is my
great.
favorite remake of all time.
That's like also like a shot-for-shot remake. Me and Dad were going to watch on Christmas. Me, James, Taylor, and Dad were going to watch it on Christmas. So we watched the John Wayne one first, and then like 2 hours later we watched that one, and we were like, "It's the same movie. It's the same movie."
And then they're like, no, we based it on the book.
And it's like, okay, then the book is the exact same as both the movies.
The book is the same movie.
But I mean, both of them were really.
We based the
great.
book on the book.
Both of them were really good, though.
Yeah.
Dude,
They're
that
really
part
good.
when he puts
I
the
do.
reins in his mouth and he's got both guns of monsters.
That
Jeff
was-
Bridges is awesome.
Jeff Bridges both John Wayne and Jeff Bridges got nominated for that role.
Yep.
But John Wayne actually won.
I should do that role then. I could get nominated for a Academy
Rooster
Award.
Cogburn.
But John Wayne did a sequel to that movie.
Yes.
Yep.
Where he's with some old lady.
Shoot.
We saw
Yep.
that sometime different.
Well,
All right.
Alrighty. Well, that does it for the. We'll call it third installment because we recorded another one. We'll post it up later, but that does it for number 3 of Rye Motions podcast.
Number 3, episode 2. Then.
episode
It's
2.
still going to be the second release episode.
Episode 2.
Episode is part
3?
three.
Question mark?
We'll call it chapter 3, but release it as number 2.
Just like at the beginning of Kill Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Chapter 1, 2.
Thank you guys for the fan questions this week.
Yeah,
Yep.
keep them coming.
We're posting those things. We'll try and get to them as much as we can.
And if we didn't address your fan question, it's because it's in the lost episode.
Yeah, there you go. We did answer
So
some of the
it's
lost
lost
episodes.
forever.
It will be lost until it is
We
found.
shouted out to some of our more vocal viewers in that one too, so you're mentioned in there by
All right.
name.
If you want to get a hold of us for questions, we're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
Do you guys have a Tumblr?
You can.
We do have a
contact us-
Tumblr.
MySpace?
Yeah, you can
Don't have a
contact us
MySpace.
by the YouTube page. So just get a hold of us and something.
We have a Facebook page now too.
Oh, wow.
That was the
Yep.
first thing I said.
I was never listened. I never listened to Tim.
It's alright.
We are a legit operation, so get at us and
Come at
we'll
us.
talk to you later. All right, bye.